Oh, oh, oh. You could look. Jasmine, how's the sound?
Me, Cassidy?
Oh, it's good. Thank you.
Okay, good. Thank you. Can you speak more, Cassidy, so I can make sure we can hear you?
Yeah. Well, good morning.
It's kind of low, don't you think? Well, it's kind of low.
It's low. Let me go.
Oh, you're logging into the link. Oh, no, I got it. I got it.
You got it, Jasmine?
Yeah, thank
Oh.
you.
That's good.
I know. He's supporting.
Well, we're a few minutes early, so I got, there's still some more people coming in and some more people logging on. So let's give it a couple minutes.
And we'll start in a few more minutes. And we'll start around 10:05 if that's okay with everybody.
All right, Jasmine, is it 10:05? Are we ready to get started?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Well, if you don't mind me leading you guys off this morning. So I really want to thank everybody for participating and joining us today. I'd like this to be a very big thing, and it's something I'm very passionate about. And I've shared my goal and my vision for our market center with quite a few people so that it can come to fruition. And just like the rest of you, obviously sharing our goal, sharing our dreams, putting it out there and letting other people help us bring this together. So one of my big goals is to have a market center and a place where female agents could thrive, a place that you feel safe, that you feel comfortable, a place that we support each other in growing big businesses. And doing so, we're going to bring guest speakers that are going to help encourage you, motivate you, be a guide for you, and really make it a really safe place for women. And, Rob, like, why women? Why are you so passionate about this? Well, I'm kind of a ladies' man myself. Just letting you know, my house is filled with ladies. My wife and I have 3 daughters. Well, I have 3 sons as well. So I'm around women all the time, and they hold a very special place in my heart. I mean, we've all had mothers before, and something you might not know about me, but I'm a religious guy. So if you don't mind me sharing something with you, I believe, like some of you other believe, that God created this earth and everything on it, and it took 6 days to create everything in this amazing world that God created. On the 7th day, he decided to rest, and as he was resting, he decided he needed somebody to obviously facilitate the earth, right? So he created man, and then him and man together, I guess, decided to name everything. And everything was done. I imagine the world was complete, but it was incomplete. he sat there and said it was incomplete. So what is the last thing God created in Genesis chapter 2 was he created woman. The entire world was complete. Everything was done, but it was still missing a giant void, and that's you, right? You are probably the most precious thing on this earth. You control the population. You know what I mean? Women are beautiful. There's a very special thing about you. And we should be elevating you and lifting you up to the highest possible ranks that you could possibly get to, because you are that special. And I think as a man and a religious guy, it's like I have to help do that. I have to help to lift up the women in this world. So I'd like to create a market center that every woman wants to come to build their business. So, and in doing so, we have amazing guest speakers. So that's kind of my vision and my passion and my goal behind this. And I really would like to put a lot of effort to it. And there's a lot of ladies and men out there that want to help me with this as well. And as long as they're helping me, they're definitely helping you. So I have two people I'd like to introduce today to kind of get this kicked off. And one of them is one of our agents in our office. And if you haven't met Dr. Jasmine, she's right there in the front row. Wave to everybody, Jasmine. So Jasmine's only been with us for 3 months at Keller Williams. She's newly licensed. She actually just closed her first transaction with only being here 8 weeks, right? It's pretty awesome. So she also is part of a team, the Viteris group with Richard Chung, our productivity director. So she's on his team. She also has 3 degrees in the health field, one of them actually being a doctorate, right? So we have a doctor in the house. It's pretty amazing. So she is a super educated woman. She's actually going to be helping facilitate the women's masterminds right now and possibly moving forward. So I definitely want to welcome her. Thank you so much, Jasmine, for being here.
Thank you.
So she's a go-getter. She's looking to help like women accomplish their goals as well. So she's obviously driven and educated and beautiful, and she's looking to do big things in her life. So we're really, really happy that she's here. So thank you for that. And secondly, I would like to introduce to you guys all, if you don't know her already, Stacy States. She is our regional director here in LA. She's another amazing, powerful woman with a powerful story that she's going to share with you guys today. But she's been with Keller Williams for 16 years or so. And she was the rookie of the year, obviously joining Keller Williams in real estate. She built a real estate team that she still runs with her husband, Van, or maybe Van runs it all together now, selling over 100 deals a year. Been an ALC member, being a regional ALC member. She's been an assistant team leader. She's actually a team leader now in Boise. She's part owner of the Boise Market Center. She's the Idaho's Business Review CEO of Excellence Award, which is amazing. She's been Woman of the Year for the Idaho Business Review. She's a Boise Regional Realtor Leadership Award winner. She's a Tribute to Women Industry Award winner. And just recently, she won Bet on Red, being the #1 team leader in all of Keller Williams, winning the $100,000 grand prize with her and her team. And she has some amazing women leaders on her team as well that share their knowledge with us every single week. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to Stacy States. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I am so honored to help you guys kick this off. I was so excited and proud of Rob for pulling this group together. And it sounds like he went and partnered and found somebody amazing that's going to help facilitate this and make it really powerful for you. I have to admit, even through COVID, I don't think I ever showed up on a Zoom not dressed up and not really like ready to go. But I 15 minutes ago said goodbye to my stepdaughter who is moving into her dorm today.
Oh. Oh.
It's a big morning.
Oh.
It's a big morning, Stacy.
Oh.
But I wanted to do this for Rob because I'm really excited for him.
Oh, milestone. Yeah, we're all mothers probably, and we feel you. We're all with you on that one.
So it's been a rough morning, but I'm so honored to be here and didn't expect to cry. But I just really want to be available for you guys. I think this can be something that is really powerful, and I am excited. I have to be honest with you. I didn't know what I was getting into when I took the regional director role. So there's 17 offices that I'm responsible for in Westside LA and LA Coastal. And part of my goal is to teamify the region and really play all out, creating winning atmosphere, create a powerful atmosphere, create an atmosphere that supports everybody's goals. And I think that this group could start out in this market center and could stretch across our region, could stretch across the nation. We know Keller Williams has a model for creating really powerful groups of women. And so I'm really proud of you guys for doing this. So I've been with Keller Williams, like Rob said, for 16 years, and I've been in the leadership side of the market center for 11. And my husband still does run our team. When I participate when he pretends to let me coach him. He doesn't like to be told what to do. And so that's still running, but I love my team leader role because I get to impact people's lives and I get to change honestly, my belief is when you join Keller Williams, even if it's only for a short period of time, that you're literally changing your family tree. I think your legacy can be 100% different because you graced yourself and became part of the Keller Williams family. I know that my life would have been completely different had I not, fallen into real estate and aligned with Keller Williams. I've never been in another real estate company. My husband's 22 years licensed and never been with another real estate company, only Keller Williams. So we bleed red. And the woman that I own the Boise office with, so first off, when she opened the Boise office, she was the only woman to own a real estate office in the town of Boise. So, have made waves. And if you look around our town, I'm trying to think there might be one other woman owned business. And so that's been a really powerful tool for us locally. And so Erica is part regional owner in LA Coastal. So when this opportunity came open to be a regional director and I was selected for the role, I was actually really surprised at how many men are running all of the offices and own all of the offices. And I have to be honest with you, I was like, whoa, this is quite the little boys club that we have going on. And I think there's only Jen, Hallie in our region, Nas. There's really like less than a handful. So again, I'm back to being honored to be on this call because I'm really proud of what Rob's doing. I think that women need to take our power and step forward and really show, the real estate industry, what we have to offer. And I know in this region specifically, we would love to have more women leaders. I think it's such a cool yin and yang when you have powerful leaders like Ross, that bring like the appreciation for that relationship and what it can bring to the table. I thought about if I was going to say anything today, and then you guys can just ask me questions or if there's anything else you want me to touch on, Rob, but I wrote a book a few years ago by Shonda Rhimes. If you guys haven't read it, the book is called The Year of Yes. And Shonda is the one who wrote Grey's Anatomy, How to Get Away with Murder. I think she has one more really popular TV show. I can't remember exactly what it was, but honestly, download it on Audible because, if the author reads the book, just how much more powerful it is. So listen through Audible, called The Year of Yes. And one of the things that struck me the most in the book was she tells a really cute story about one of her kids she had to go to like a parent teacher conference thing and they were going to do a bake sale. And Shonda's like, oh Lord, a bake sale. She's thinking I write like 4 TV shows. I'm like a mother. I have all these things going on. Of course we're doing a bake sale. And they were like, okay, so, and this is California, right? Like we're going to need it to be vegan and we're going to need it to be homemade. And like, Shonda's thinking to herself, like, this is not my life. How is this happening? She's cute because I think she says a couple cuss words in the book, like, you have to be effing kidding me. And I think she even said out loud, like, no, like, this is a hard no. And she said, women, I need you to hear this loud and clear. We are not called to do everything. We are not called to make the dinners, to clean the house, to have a job, to raise the children, to do all the things. It is not our purpose to be the center of all of those things and to take on the responsibility of all of those things. And I'm an extremely hard worker. I'm an only child. My mom had a stroke when I was 3. And so she's been paralyzed my entire life. So I did a lot of, taking care of myself and, growing up pretty quickly at a very young age. And so I've always just done a lot. And I always felt like my self-worth was wrapped up in all the things that I was going to accomplish. And when I heard her say those words, I thought, you're right. Like, I don't have to be the person doing all of those things. I just have to be the person that potentially facilitates all of those things happening so that I can be the best stepmother that I can be the best wife, I can be the best leader, I can be the best regional director. So what I did, because I get that all the time, people will go, how do you do all of this? Because I really have 2 full-time jobs. I facilitate the region, and then I am, a team leader in an office with 800 people in it. Our office has 800 people. So, and then a staff of 13. So I have a personal part-time assistant. And right now she just went grocery shopping for me, and she's now at the pharmacy picking up my supplements. And then she's going to come back and she's going to tidy up the house, and she runs errands for us. My husband went camping last weekend. We got the trailer here at the house to get it ready. She cleaned it out. She did the laundry. And I pay her $15 a week. Or $15 an hour. She's a college student. The quality of life and the time that I get to spend with my family because of something that probably cost me a couple $100s a week has changed everything for us. We have a pool out back, and we spent a couple summers really like trying to do the pool ourselves. I mean, how hard is it to keep a pool blue? Turns out real hard. So after like one summer, I was like, well, this is crazy. And I don't know what it costs us, like $50 a week or something like that. But like to open the pool and actually be able to come home and swim in it with your children is like life-changing, right? I've had someone that preps my food for probably 3.5 or 4 years. And guess what? It's a mom that like loves to cook, and out of doing it for me, she's created a little business where people can order their weekly menus from her. And it's turned out to be like a great business for you. So by me getting my needs met, I helped her create a business that is getting her needs met. Think of little things like, could you get a lawnmower person instead of you mowing the lawn? Could you get groceries delivered instead of going to the grocery store? I discovered after all these years that I didn't know my dry cleaner will actually just pick up my clothes from the front patio. Like I just put it in a blue bag, and then they come by on Tuesdays, and then they drop it back off on Fridays. So just like, I want to be hopefully inspiring people to stay in your gift zone. Like, what are the things that I'm really good at? And then what are the things I really want to do? Like be a great mother and enjoy the kids. And I have 3 dogs on top of all of that. So I don't want to be like picking up poop in the backyard. It's just not on my list of things that I enjoy doing. So are there people that can help doing that and facilitating their life plan? Yes. So that's just kind of, if I thought about sharing one thing, I wanted to share with you today that you don't have to be the person who does all the things. I think it's in our nature. It's just like it comes out of us, but you are cutting your joy short by thinking that you have to be the person doing everything. So I hope that like means something to some of you. And I hope you heard that today and thought, you're right, I don't need to be the person going to the grocery store. I'm sure someone can do that for me. And then you just saved yourself an hour and a half a week, right? That you could read a book or watch a TV show or spend extra time with your children or your friends or whatever that might look like. So Rob, what else would you like from me?
What I'd like to do is I'd like to turn this completely over to Jasmine. I mean, this is your guys' group, whatever direction you want it to go in. My job is just to support you. So whatever you guys think you need, or you want to talk about, or guest speakers you want to bring in, I'll bring them. So I'm actually going to log off and let Jasmine and you guys just take it over. So Stacy's here. Ask her some questions.
All right.
Sounds good.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Rob.
Rob. I love that, Stacy. I really like that you said stay in your gift zone. I think all of us need to pay attention to that and listen to that. Stay in your gift zone so you don't cut your joy. That's really important.
Yep.
So I do have a couple of questions for you, and then I'm going to open it up to everybody else to ask questions as well. So what brought you into real estate?
Interesting. I was graduated from Boise State University with a couple business degrees, and halfway through college and then 3 years afterwards, I was working for the Bureau of Land Management fighting fires. So I spent, 120 days out on the fire line, sleeping in a tent. And again, another predominantly male, driven business. And I thought, ooh, is this what I want to like do? I'm 25. Like, is this what I want the rest of my life? And it's a great career for a lot of people. And you make great money in that 6 to 9 month period. And then you usually get some months off. Like, it's a great lifestyle, or a lot of teachers do it. And then they go back to teaching school. So it was great. And then my dad got into real estate a year before I got done with the Bureau of Land Management, and he was doing really well. I actually got hired by Southwest Airlines. And I went to my first couple trainings, and I thought, oh Lord, like, I don't think I want to fly somewhere and then stay in a hotel room by myself. And I just knew intuitively that wasn't going to be what I wanted to do. And so I just said, well, I guess real estate seems like a good option. I've got business degrees. I think I could probably apply some of what I've learned. And then both my parents prior to that were school teachers. So I just naturally have ability to teach and kind of lead people. And it's been a great fit. Like Rob said, I became the rookie of the year and sold a lot of real estate. And so that was kind of my path. I had somebody ask me a couple of weeks ago on an interview, they said, if it wasn't real estate, like what else would it be? Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't actually have an answer for that. My belief is that, let's say I'd stayed with Southwest Airlines, then I would think that maybe by now I'd be the president of Southwest Airlines. I think you have to apply your gifts to whatever lane you're in, and then you should be able to elevate and become the best version of yourself. I don't think it was just luck that I ended up in this field, and it's the timing has worked out great for me. But my husband says that he ended up at Keller Williams accidentally, and he stays on purpose. So that's kind of like, this is the field that I ended up in. And then I've just turned it into all that I can turn it into.
I love that. And can you share with us any of your success habits that you may have?
Yeah, great question. I make so many decisions every single day. And I'm sure, again, like if you have a household or you have people counting on you, like there's just so many decisions to make. Like, what am I going to feed the children? And what are the dogs doing today? And so it's called decision fatigue for me. And so I try to eliminate as many decisions as I can. So number one, I have a personal trainer. So 4 to 5 days a week. It used to be 5. I've kind of cut back to 4 just for lifestyle right now. But I show up to the gym, and for an hour, she just tells me what to do. I like somebody to just tell me what to do. Yeah. So I show up, and I've had a lot of success with that. I've made, great leaps and bounds in my health. So I would say in any realm of your life, you should be coached by somebody. Okay. So she knows what she's doing. She knows how to do the workouts. She knows to tell me what to do. She knows to help me with what to eat if I'm having any struggles. So there's that. I have read a lot of books. I would say if you're not reading, reading's actually not that easy for me. I'm sure part of it is just, I'm kind of like a type A, like always want to be going. So sitting still is really hard, but also just the age of like the phone is buzzing and the email is buzzing. And so I listen in the car a lot. So, listening to podcasts, listening to books, let me see, what is some of the most recent ones that have been really good. I just started a book that one of my coworkers says is really good called Personality Isn't Permanent. I've read Think and Grow Rich several times. The Leadership Challenge, really a great book if you're wanting to lead better. The Automatic Millionaire, the 12-week year. If you like something funny, I don't listen to lots of things for joy because I'm just weird, but Kevin Hart's book, if you listen to him on Audible, I can't make this shit up. Really funny. The Psychology of Money was really good. So I'm kind of in a phase now where I'm trying to do better with wealth. So I'm listening to a lot of like wealth building books.
Okay. I'm going to open up the discussion. Anybody have questions online or in person for Stacy? Any questions? You can go ahead and unmute yourself if you're on Zoom if you have any questions for Stacy.
I have a question. So that is one of the things, a lot of what you're speaking about. For me, I'm a single mom with 4 kids, high school all the way down to he's in 2nd grade. And I'm finally at a point where I've decided, even though I don't make oodles of money, that as a single mom managing my house, I'm on a half acre. I just don't have the time or the energy at this point. Now I'm 37. I'm not, in my 20s.
Yep.
And I've started reaching out for help. And I went to a Facebook moms group local to my area, and I put several posts out looking for help. And so I just hired a teenager kid who lives locally. His mom comes and picks him up and drops him off, and I have him doing all kinds of stuff to like help me on my yard.
That's awesome.
And one of the things that I'm having a difficult time with is trying to find like a part-time nanny / assistant for home. I had a lady who I thought I hired 3 weeks ago. And the day before she was supposed to start, which was Monday, she texted me that it wasn't going to work for her. So I wasted 3 weeks. So it's one of those things that's like, I'm trying to find something else. At what point in your career in real estate did you kind of cross over into hiring all of the like auxiliary help?
Yeah, great question. Probably 7 years ago, like when I became the team leader. I think the upside to real estate is you have a little bit more flexibility. Once I took the team leader role, like now I have 2 full-time jobs. I work 5 days a week, right? So with real estate, you have a little bit of flexibility. And my husband being a realtor, he still has a little bit of flexibility. So that's kind of nice as far as if there's something random to do. I think just like when you hire your first executive assistant in your real estate business, if anyone ever gets to that point, you kind of have to be okay with the fact that it is going to be a little bit of a turnover position. I thought with the gal now that I have, she's really bright. She's 24. She's finishing up college. She's fantastic. I try to get just a year commitment out of them. And then I just say to myself, like, I'm probably going to have to hire for this every year. I got really lucky in the beginning. I had someone for the first kid I hired, so it has been about 8 years. The first kid I hired, she worked for me all 4 years of college. So I would say, try to find somebody that's like college age that wants that flexibility. Because for me, I couldn't care if they come on Monday from 9 to 1. You might have a little bit more stringent hours just because you need them to watch the children, but they can typically work around their school schedule. And then they don't want to work nights and weekends, right? They don't want to work like in the bar at midnight. So college age was really good. The next one I had for 3 years because her husband made good money. She wanted a little money of her own, and then they were saving up for IVF. So you kind of want to look for the life circumstances. I don't hire anyone for my personal assistant role that like you have to look for the right life circumstances. Like, is this their only paycheck? No? Okay, perfect. Is this a scenario where it's like maybe a little bit of extra money for them, or it's like while they're in school and they just want to do this for a couple of years? Like, I'm okay with all of those types of life circumstances. I don't like the pressure in this role of someone who's like, I've got to make money, because there are some weeks where I have like 30 hours for them of stuff to do. And then there's some weeks that there's like 5. So I need somebody who is able to flex. So I would say, be careful about what type of person you hire for the role.
That's some good insight. So I'm gonna start looking for that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
because I
unless you've got
definitely,
more consistent hours for them, no one's going to stick with it. I mean, look at everywhere on the planet right now, can't get anybody to work and they're like giving them bonuses. So it has to, I think, fulfill like a life purpose for someone where the gal that worked for me for 3 years, she goes, I love being a mom to your family. Like, I just love, like, she liked doing that, right? She liked being a mom. So you're kind of looking for some of those characteristics and then also where they're at in their life.
Perfect. Does anybody else have any questions for Stacy? No? Anybody on Zoom? Alrighty, I'll proceed then.
Okay,
Stacey-
I'll let you guys go. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay,
If you
thank
need
you.
me ever again in the future, I would love to, you know, as you guys get rolling and you get a format and stuff, if we can invite other women across the region, I think it could be really powerful. So thank you for doing it.
Thank you so much for being here, Stacy.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Thank you. And
Okay.
everybody on Zoom, don't exit just yet, please.
Yeah, you stay. I'll go.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye. Okay, so this is just an open discussion for everybody on Zoom and in person. So the purpose of these meetings is bring people in like Stacy who can help discuss their wins, their losses, to encourage us, and to kind of just build a support group with all of each other. So we have intentions on bringing people in like family and marriage counselors, successful real estate agents like Stacy, mental health counselors, and things like that, things that you guys may be interested in and you want support from. The goal is to have the office support you guys in any way possible. So I want to open up the discussion to see what are obstacles that you guys are facing as women in this career. Anybody online or in person want to discuss any obstacles?
Okay, go ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. Hey guys, or hey ladies. My name is Connie and my business is growing. I do work full time at my corporate job, my 9 to 5. My struggle is I do have 3 kids. I think of course one of them is 8 years old who demands my attention a lot more than the other kids. My challenge is trying to find help on a transactional basis, just, you know, day to day, you know, showing my buyers, you know, houses, maybe putting in offers, things like that. So I could focus on my 9 to 5, my bread and butter right now. And then focus on the client, just building that business development for my real estate stuff.
Okay.
And
And
I was wondering,
oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead. I was just wondering, like, you know, is there something out there like that on a transactional basis? Because, you know, part-time, what does that really mean, part-time? You know, I don't know what that means.
So I want you guys to think of anything that we can do to help support her. Even if it sounds outlandish and crazy to you, just bring it to the table. And then that's something that we can figure out and discuss with each other. So what do you think will help you with that? Having somebody potentially go with you so they can watch the kids, having a place that you can drop off your kids so that you can see different clients. What is something that you think will be great that the office can do to support you?
I think if they could help me just like with my buyers, just, you know, showing up to those appointments, and then maybe like for my listings, you know, showing up for like the inspection and things like that. So not necessarily from someone can help with my family, but more of my business.
Got it.
Because I can't be at certain places because I have to be at my 9 to 5. So I want to run, you know, both, you know, successfully, but I'm just having a hard time right now.
That sounds like, it sounds like you need like a buyer's agent. Is your volume up enough to where you can hire one of those?
And I don't, it is, I am growing my business, and I'm just trying to figure out like, how am I supposed to do this? Cause I'm kind of like, oh, I don't want to take more buyers because, you know, they do take up a lot of time and that kind of things, like, and I start referring them out if I can, or if it makes sense, but I would like to keep them. But, you know, it's just like that juggle. Like, do I have enough, you know, to keep this other person busy, you know, cause I'm still building, but, you know, I want to be there and I want to keep continuing to build my business at the same time.
Yeah, I think, I'm not sure who you would talk to in the office, but yeah, a showing agent to help you. And then I'm sure they can look at the pros and cons of your, you know, your potential income for hiring the assistant versus sending, like referring them out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It might be more cost effective if you have one dedicated person that, even like Stacy was saying, has that availability, that you can pay whatever per transaction or per month or something, versus just
You just need
referring
like a
everything
shuttle
out.
system.
Yeah.
Someone who can open doors for you that you can pay like a door fee to. And then someone,
Mhm.
same, they could go to like any of your inspections. Obviously, it'd be
Mhm.
someone that you trust, but sometimes like newer agents, they have no experience, they have no business. It's good for them to be able to, you know, do something. So if you trust them, you think that they can handle your clients and that they can handle the inspections, then, you know, it's like $25, $50 door fee, basically, so.
Okay. Okay. And it's like the day-to-day stuff, I guess not day-to-day, but it's more like, you know, putting offers in, because those take time. It's like, but yeah, okay. This gives me some things to think about.
Connie, this is Gloria. Hi,
Hey, Gloria.
how are you?
Good.
Good. Listen, I live in Downey as well. You and I can work out something if
Oh, okay.
if you'd like to reach out to me.
Okay. All right.
Find
Can
me
you
on
drop your
Facebook. Or, yeah, I'll drop my number in this.
Okay. Thank you, Gloria.
No
Appreciate
worries.
it. Okay.
Awesome. I love that, the support. That was great.
Also, for the ladies that are here, my name's Rebecca, and I live in Riverside. So if you guys ever have clients, I get a lot of referral clients from like the South Bay agents that were here and then they went somewhere else. But if you guys have clients that are in like a price point of Victorville or Apple Valley, that maybe you're just like, I'd love to take the client, but it's just too far. I'd be happy to help you guys with those types of clients, because I'm literally like 45 minutes from almost every point, you know. So Palm Springs, I'm like an hour. Victorville, Apple Valley, I'm an hour. Hemet, I'm an hour. So to me, an hour drive is typical. So I just wanted to put it out there. If you guys do have that kind of volume and you just don't have the time frame to go out there, then I'd like to extend the olive branch and just let you guys know to use me as, you know, leverage for not losing a client, keeping a client, but then, you know, we're all connected. So
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you.
Rebecca, can you drop your number?
oh, sure.
Thank you, Rebecca. Are there any other obstacles that you guys think of that we face in this business? Balance, the work-life balance?
My laundry.
I need an hour.
That's why I'm looking for help.
One thing that I also thought of was safety. Going to open houses and doing things like that by yourself can be kind of intimidating because you never know what kind of creep can be there or anybody could be watching. So that's one issue that I hope that we can bring to the table, and maybe even form some sort of buddy system so that we don't have to go to places alone, or that we can have somebody there with us so we can feel more comfortable doing different
Yeah.
showings and stuff like
I
that.
have a question about that, and I don't know how legal this is, but I had a girlfriend who I ended up buying, like, it's called the Damsel in Defense. I don't know if you guys have heard that, but it's a brand of women's safety products geared towards like women who are running, and they have like pepper spray like in a little keychain, and then they have a stun gun. And I actually have the stun gun, and I've taken it, like, especially for male clients that I'm not familiar with, or that I might have a, like, you know, a question about. I just take it, you know, I take it with me. It's in my bag, and God forbid ever I have to use it, but it's light and it's compact and it's safe to use. I don't know if that's something that we're legally allowed to carry. I carry it, but
Right now.
Good, yeah, you do what you gotta do to protect yourself. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's one of the things that I like to door knock. And that's one of the things that I made one stupid mistake when I was early on my career, but something could have happened bad, but I shouldn't have done what I did, to go in the house, to a stranger's house, really to check out his house at the time when I was door knocking. So I was like, you know, my husband of course got mad at me for doing that. But then I'm just like, I don't, you know, as I'm door knocking, you know, there might be sellers who are like that, well, come into the house, check out the house or whatever. And I don't know what the safety things to do. So, I mean, I would love to hear more about that and share, you know, what we can do. Because it is intimidating sometimes, you know.
Yeah, and that's something that the office can provide support with. We discussed even having like self-defense classes, if that's something you guys are interested in, or having somebody come in and further discuss safety precautions that we can take as women, and just not even necessarily in this career, but in general. So that's something that I can definitely present to the office as well. And you mentioned work and life balance, right? So how can the office help support you in your work-life balance? Microphone, sorry.
I don't know. I was hoping to get ideas.
Open
from everyone
discussion.
else.
Okay. Does anybody have any ideas on what we can do to help support you in your work-life balance?
For me, like having Stacy on and seeing somebody else who's like doing a whole lot more as a mom is extremely motivating. I know that I get in my ruts of like frustration, right? But for me, like just seeing other women excel motivates me. So definitely having those guest speakers, you know, just talk about, hey, like here's what I'm doing and it works, you know. And if we can consistently have that, I think we can all collectively take a few pieces from it and try to apply it, and maybe have an accountability. Like maybe we can all pick one thing a month that we're focused on that we want to tackle to help us balance, and then we continue that on through the year. And maybe if we each do one thing that's frustrating us, and we can help each other with that, you know, with being the devil's advocate. For me, I think that would be good.
Okay. Okay. Is there anybody else, like any other speakers or topics that you guys are interested in learning about? Doesn't even necessarily have to just be about real estate. We can bring a nutritionist in. We can bring in, like I said, a family and health counselor in. Is there anything else that you guys are interested in?
I was actually just going to go back to Connie's topic about having someone being available to.
Thank you.
To do showings for you, because I know Connie reached out and asked, you know, if I can be there for her, and of course I would be able to. But I think, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I personally don't come to the office as much as I should, but I would love to have, like, you know, maybe get to know some of you other ladies and build like a network, so we can, you know, be there, so I can just, you know, call Connie when I'm out of town or something and say, hey, you know, do you mind showing, you know, my clients this home? I mean, I think a lot of people are really up for it. It's just we don't really know each other that well. And I think we just need to get to know each other and just kind of build that network, you know? Yeah, a mixer would be great.
So how about like a paint and sip? Would you guys like that? Or a yoga retreat? Or is a paint and sip okay?
Yeah.
A yoga or paint and sip? Okay, we can definitely set that up. And I'll set up a Facebook group with all of us so that we can just have each other to support and connect. And then of course we can exchange numbers and stuff and go from there.
I have something to add really quick. So for like the safety reasons, what I do whenever I do showings with clients and stuff is I make sure that the clients enter the room before I do, and I'm kind of at the edge of the door. So that way you're kind of not cornered. At least that's what I do personally. So that's just a tip that I do. If any women do want to do like a pay and sip, I'd appreciate it. I don't come into the office either because like my kid gets bored at the office.
Okay.
And so that's like, and I'm like, well, I'll just be home and try to do those things because, you know, mom guilt happens, right? So if like if I had like kids go to the office, that would be cool because then my kid would want to go and that way they'd have fun and, you know, like just have like a TV on. That way you're like, okay, watch something with some other kid and interact with them, you know? I think that would be a good thing.
So absolutely, we can definitely set that up. And what are you guys thinking for these kind of meetings? Is it once a month? Okay, once a week, is that too much? You think once a month is good? Okay.
Yeah.
So we can do once a month and we'll have our first event be a paint and sip then.
I think once a month is too far out. If we were to do it every other week, so twice a month, because I think what will happen is, you know, 30 days will go by and we are going to forget where we left off. Especially like with kids and everyone who, you know, kids are in school. So if we could dedicate, and one of the things that I was talking to Rob and Tom about, for me as a mom, I drop my kids off at school like at 8 o'clock. So I'm sure we all probably have similar start times for the kids. And if we could do like the morning meeting at like 10 o'clock, on Wednesday, like today, Wednesday morning, or whatever coordinates with the office where there's an availability. Because for me, like I think somebody else mentioned it, there's a lot of things that I would like to have gone to or have chimed in on, but it's like right at school pickup time, like anything after 2 o'clock, you know? So that becomes kind of stressful. And then I feel like I'm missing out. I don't know about anybody else, but
I think twice a month I get seems doable. I get that. I agree. And then at 10 o'clock will be good. Cause then after that, we come back from dropping off the kids, trying to get our stuff together, check in with emails. And then we have that time, that hour or whatever. And then we could, come together at 10. I don't know, whatever time.
yeah, get into prospecting or showing or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely.
And then like,
I
if
love
you
it.
guys ever want to like meet up with like your kids, like if you guys like, hey, my kid's coming in, like see whose other kids can come in, we can all kind of collaborate. So that way our kids are,
Absolutely.
you know, like a family office, I guess, would be
Okay.
nice.
We should have them put together our pop buys.
Family, okay.
Like, you know, if they're like a TV on or
Oh,
something.
okay, that's
it's
a-
small, so like, you know, because this morning I'm like bring my kids and I ended up dropping them off at grandma's like 3 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, do you guys want to go to the office?
Yeah,
The
okay.
internet is slow.
So I don't know if you guys heard her, but she mentioned when we do have meetings to have a room that the kids can gather in, that we have TV on, or even like little games and activities that they can participate in, because her kids complain that it's boring in the office and the internet's slow. So if we have something that can better cater to families and to moms, then I think it'll be better that you guys will be able to be active in the office more.
Yeah.
So that is
I think
good.
that is one of the challenges I think for a lot of us, is that we just don't have a playroom for the kids to be in the office.
Yeah, and like Rebecca mentioned, the mom guilt, I'm sure sets in. I'm not a mom, but I can imagine.
Yeah.
I do want to share something. Prior to coming to the KW La Mirada office, I was at KW Downey, and
Okay.
we did start a Deals and Heels group there, which was very similar to this. However, that was once a month, and it was at 3 o'clock, and surely before we knew it, like that time was a conflict because of that, because of, you know, school pickups and all of that, right? After school and stuff. And also, I do think that the 1 month time frame is a little too far apart, because then, you know, if we do it like biweekly, then you start getting into the habit of, okay, you have something to look forward to, right, more often, and then you just bring more to the table. And one thing that I also wanted to share about that group is that group, I feel like it started as a support group, and that was the initial intention. However, with time, it became more of like, what can we do for the community type of thing, and for other women, other girls and women outside of our initial, you know, group. And I think that's easier for something like that to just kind of like, you know, fall apart, because if we ourselves don't really have, you know, the ability or feel like we have a support system in place, how are we then going to extend that, right? So I think
I agree, yeah.
so I feel that our approach right now with this group and where it looks like it's heading is a very good idea.
Okay, so focus on supporting each other.
Right, that's what I feel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just, we're all like, you know, business women here. We have the same mindset. That's why we're here together. If we leverage each other, I think that's the best way.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. Any other questions or comments that anybody has? Okay. So what I'll do is send out, or I'll ask Cassidy if she can send out an email blast. Hello, Cassidy. And maybe we can just like all, you know, get on the Facebook group, and then we can coordinate a time and day that we can get together for our mixer. Sure.
Outside of Facebook.
Okay.
Do something, I'm not on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
We can do group text as well. Group text would be better.
Or WhatsApp.
Oh, WhatsApp, perfect. Yeah, we can download that WhatsApp app and then communicate that way. Okay, sounds good. Anything else from anybody? Thank you.
This was great. Thank you.
Okay, thank you guys so much for being here. I'll be in contact with all of you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, thank you.
Bye. Have a good one, ladies.
Thank you.
Thanks.